Hi, today we're going to explore on the chair what it is to balance the heart with bounce. Yes, bounce. So we all know that what comes up must come down, well, on Earth anyway. When we're in space, that's another thing. But bouncing has a up and down movement, which all babies know about. We're all children at some point and we learn to bounce. So today we're just going to feel how the heart center here in front of your chest is connected to Earth through our natural instinct to bounce as babies. So if you've got children, you're in a good space because you can see how they do this. So when children learn to walk, they might start to feel their legs coming into connection with the space between their feet that supports their upper body from that middle part of the upper body here. So let's go to the space between the feet, and I'm just mapping that space with the outer edges of my hands. So you can rub the hands here and just map that space on the inside of the legs and see how it connects to the earth in that space between the feet. So I've really got really direct fingers to map my space, and I'm making contact with my hands to the body and with my whole arm as I'm moving down to make that shape of the space. And then we're going to take the palm of the hand and reach down and touch that space. So you can take both hands down there. If you can't reach, just pretend. Just imagine that you're feeling that space between your hands and the floor, or feel it with your hands. And then imagine you're connecting to that bounce. So what goes down must come up. And just feel that bounce. What goes down must come up. And we're going to just feel the bounce from the floor up to this area just in front of your heart center. So making that sense of the bounce, slowing it down. You can get your eyes open or closed here, but with the eyes closed, you might feel it more internally, how the space between your feet is a space where your heart can move down into and move up away from. So if you want, just place your hand now, one hand over the heart center, and feel that heart center now dropping down into the earth. And you're just going to feel the bounce of your heart dropping into that earth. And if you want, you can feel soft with that and feel your heart drop, drop, drop. Good. So now you can keep the bounce going on a slow bounce, and then feel how that can come to the side. So we're going to lift and drop, lift and drop, lift and drop. And every time you lift, you're reaching away from the floor and then dropping to the earth. Reaching away from the floor and drop. So you can keep that lift and drop, and just feel at any time if you want to stretch the heart away from the floor and drop, drop. So our heart can lift away from the earth and drop. And you can make a whole dance with this, that you're reaching away and drop. Let's come into how do we balance So I'm going to bring the feet flat on the floor now and just feel as I'm lifting that heart away from the floor. When I drop, how do I know that I'm balanced? You may not know. It's not a concept here, it's a feeling. So just feel when you're lifting away from the earth, what feels like a middle half. When you're coming down in between the floor and the sky. So we're going to twist now to the sides, to the horizontal plane. And just find in that twist as well, how can you find that sense of being balanced between the floor and the sky? So a horizontal plane often helps us to find that middle point between the sky and the earth. Just feel now how when you're twisting the heart center from side to side, you can find how to feel what's in the middle for you. Good. And then we're going to feel the forward fold and coming to the back of your chair and just arching over the back of your chair slightly. And once again, with that forward fold, we're just seeing in space, your heart center, how does it feel balanced when it's upright? Or does it feel better when it's moving back? So just experiment and feel as you're folding forward and you're moving back. Where does it feel like you're balanced? Maybe each day you do this, you might notice that you'll be more balanced when you're moving in one part of your sphere, your dance sphere, your kinesphere, than the others. So just for now, feel, where does it feel balanced for you? Is it over one side of the body? Is it in the middle? And then finish by coming back to our bounce. Always when we're moving that heart center to the front and dropping it to the ground, you can easily find what feels good and makes you feel like you're connected with your heart and its bounce. So that's a little bit about how we can play with the bounce and discover, where is my balance? It'll be a little bit different depending on where you might need to bounce and where you might need to balance, or depending on what mood you're in, what part of your body or your aura you might need to activate more. But always when we come back to the bounce and feel the heart in the middle of the heaven and the earth, you're going to be in a pretty good place. Because the bounce is what makes most of our music, makes us want to dance, is that bouncing. So tell me how you went with our bouncing the heart as part of our series in the chair. Did you feel like it helped you connect? I'd love to hear your feedback about the chair series. And if you want to explore more of our Dance for Joy online, you can check out the link in the description below. And if you're in Sydney, come join me at Amera's Palace in Marrickville. Looking forward to dancing